Hello and welcome to the month of February on the European Tour 2015, where we're going to be kicking off the month with the Maybank Malaysian Open, this year being held at the Kobeoshi Royal course. Let's have a look at some of the details of the course and then get right out there and check out a few holes. Alright, so the details of the course: it was created by Jeremy Blaylock and added to the course listings on the 12th of December 2014. Using one of the latest themes, the Boreal theme. It's a fictional course with a par of 72 and a yardage well in excess of 7,000 yards at 7,100. Green speeds are fast on this course. The overall course firmness is soft and the difficulty rating of the course is medium. So let's get on to the course and see how we get on. Hole number 2, straight into the par 5s, 478 yards. Flanked on the left hand side by a load of water. You can see this big lake or this big river that's running through on the left hand side here. Fairway peppered with these pot bunkers, but I think we're going to probably take them out of the equation on the drive. We're going to be aiming towards this corner and then going into this peninsula green here that's really narrow with the flag placement right in the middle, but in the shallowest part of the green. Okay, so we're going to be playing the tee shot. We should be able to take those bunkers out of the equation completely and get far enough down the fairway so they don't come into play. Yep. And if we can get this a decent amount of distance, 294 down the fairway, that should give us... Now this is the dilemma here, because you're going in with a long iron and you've got the wind behind you. Are you going to be able to stop this on the green? So the question is, do you go to the wider part of the green, i.e. here, or do you play to the fairway over here and then come in when you've got lots of green to play with? Alright, I think being the early part of the round, I'm going to play safe here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to club down to a 7 iron. I've got the wind behind me. I'm going to push this down the fairway. That should be lovely. Right into the corner. And then I'm going to have, you'll notice that I'm playing now down the length of the green, which is going to give me a lot more room for error. Not that we're aiming to actually play an errant shot here, but it gives me a little bit more freedom. I think if you're going to be attacking that flag with this kind of wind, you are going to land yourself in all sorts of trouble, so be very careful on this hole. Really well designed hole, this one. It's a short par 5, but it will come back and bite you in the backside if you try and take it on, I think. Alright, so we've got a pitch shot here. Let's take a bit off of this. A little bit of wind is not going to have too much of an effect on a pitch shot. Checked up a little. I only got 96%. I checked up a little bit too smartish, but that should give me a good opportunity at getting the birdie on this hole and moving on to number 3. Hole number 10, the first hole of the back 9, 455 yard par 4. Playing the tee shots. If you haven't got the wind in your favour, you're going to be playing into this really narrow fairway, guarded on the left hand side by this huge bunker, guarded on the right hand side by the river that flows all the way down the entire length of the hole. Shouldn't have too many problems in the way of hazards on this particular fairway as you're playing into the flag, because the green is huge, so a massive target area. Okay, so this is the problem here, is keeping this in the short stuff. So I need to make sure it stays in the fairway and doesn't roll into the water. So let's hope for not too much roll on this one. It's difficult because it flows down towards the water. Alright, so we've held the grass. 177 plus 7 is 184. Should be about right to allow for a bit of roll. We've got a 5 iron here. Ball's slightly below my feet, but the wind is blowing off the left. should come back towards the flag, which it is doing nicely, and that should check up and give me a good opportunity at a birdie. Okay, so we've got a movement from right to left. It is downhill, so let's just get this moving and trickle it down towards the hole. Hopefully we've got the direction right. Perfect start to the back nine. Hole number 15, 460 yard par 4, downhill all the way, moving off to the right hand side. I would imagine we're going to be playing our drive here out into this section of the fairway that's just off to the right. Bunker in the middle of the fairway there may come into play, but there's more likely this large bunker here that's going to be posing a problem if you try and cut the corner. Huge green here, looks like it may be shared with another hole, but the pin is tucked away right in this area of the green that juts out into the lake. Okay, so we haven't got the wind in our favour here, so let's give me a 5-wood off the tee. Let's take it up to a driver and see where that takes us. So we're not going to be taking on any of this part of the corner. I would imagine if we had an 11-mile-an-hour wind behind us, you would want to be aiming straight down the throat of this gap here, just to try and get as far down towards the water as you could. But with the wind into our face, that's not going to happen, so we're going to be playing out to this area of the fairway. And it shouldn't roll down to that bunker because it's into the wind, so it should check up and probably roll slightly down to the right hand side if it catches this bank on the left. There we go. That's still going to be 200 odd yards. There we go, 200 yards to the flag. Now this is going to be the tricky bit because we need to make sure we get there, but with a short enough club to try and get it to stop. Now 215, take 7 yards off of that for the elevation change, that's 208, another 3 for the roll, 205, but it's into the wind. So this is the tough bit, 11-mile-an-hour wind. I'm going to take a 5-wood here because I think that wind's going to hold this ball up. And my aim for this hole, even though it is a par 4, is just to hit the green. I need the wind to slow it down, which it has done. As you can see, there it was 225 yards. 215 to the flag, and that is almost spot on. So this is all about distances and wind on this course. 6 feet to tidy up for a birdie. So, my overall impressions of Kobeoshi Royal. Love the course. Absolutely stunning to play. Beautifully created, beautifully crafted. All I can think of is pros for this course. The bunker positions on every hole. Really smart. Bunkers in the fairways. Bunkers on the dog legs. Bunkers around the greens, and the position of the lakes and the greens within the lakes and the fairways within the fairways and the actual holes that have been created that meander through the course of the streams and the rivers and the lakes on the course is absolutely first class, top-notch design, pros all the way. You guys are going to love playing this course. I'm thoroughly enjoyed playing it myself. It's going to be a tough test. Just looking at the scorecard on the screen there, you can see that there is a right mixed bag, birdies, bogeys. I even had a double in there as well, and a couple of pars thrown in for good measure. But I think you guys will thoroughly enjoy playing this course. I really enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you out on the course for the first tournament in the European Tour for February 2015 at Kobeoshi Royal. See you on the next preview.